I ran a session recently for the parents of elite athletes, and I asked them what's the three most powerful words you can say to your kid is, and of course most people say I love you, or it might be you are enough, and so forth, and they're all right. You absolutely want to say those things, but for me, it's no matter what. Whatever you want to do with your life, I've got your back no matter what. I'm going to support you no matter what. It's kind of unconditional. And then from a language point of view, you reward intrinsic behaviors and motivations, not extrinsic. Right? And what I mean by that is process over outcome, right? Well done when you fell down and you got up again and you kept going, or well done when you didn't know what you had to do and you had to problem solve that tricky situation, or well done when you helped your best friend who didn't know whether she was supposed to stand on the netball court. We call these things intrinsic motivations. If you reward those, because a child can control those things. They can't control whether they win or lose a game, but they can control their intrinsic motivations. And if they're motivated by, I guess the three most powerful intrinsic motivations is play, right? What does play look like, right? It might be competing, having fun, experimenting, being curious, discovering. So what does play look like for me today? Sometimes it's just pure fun, imagination. Sometimes it's competitive. You want to see how far you can go from a competitive point of view. Purpose, like what you do has a reason. That reason really matters. Like, do I really enjoy doing what I'm doing? Do I really enjoy being part of a team and helping others and so forth? And the third one is potential. That's to learning and growing and the possibility of what I can do with my skills. And if you encourage in the kids those three intrinsic motivations, whatever happens from that moment is kind of irrelevant. Like, it's great to have validation and win a game or win a grand final, but you don't need it because your motivations are more intrinsic than extrinsic, right? And so that whole fear of failure or fear of success, which are pretty similar. One's a fear of falling, one's a fear of flying. But they come from the same place, is believing that I need to do something or achieve something in order to be someone. And that's the great disease for kids. So helping them identify that if they're just having a crack and doing their best, everyone's on their own journey, and they can start to determine what they like, what they're good at. That's probably one of the biggest opportunities for parents, to help kids become more self-determined than socially determined or social media determined, because of the distraction that our kids are going through today, that you and I didn't have to go through in our generation, or probably you to some degree. It's just crazy, right? The amount of interference and distraction for young kids in terms of their sense of self and identity. So helping them, and you start really small, like, what are my taste buds like? Like, seriously, what do I like to eat? And what don't I, and what makes me laugh, and what makes me cry, or what makes me angry? When kids start to determine who they are and what they want for them and only them, right? Sporting interests, musical interests, whatever. And you get that they can kind of stay in their lane and just accept the journey that they're on. But if they don't accept that journey, they're going to be comparing and judging and getting out of their lane. And getting back to the young kids who, and the problem is if they're role models, right? And you've got this challenge being an elite athlete, right? Your kids look up to you and think, he's a very famous footballer. Maybe that's what I need to do in order to be happy or successful. As opposed to, no, I just need to do my best, have a crack. I love my dad unconditionally, but I'm on my own journey and create that separation. And it's really hard, right? Because love, right, is so strong, but you can go too far and think, okay, I want to be a rock star or a superstar or so forth, and then I'll be validated, then I'll be loved, then I'll be happy. And I know you had that challenge yourself. It's just, so we have a responsibility with our use of language as well, not to put that kind of pressure onto the kids.